Hello, and welcome back to English Mini Talks.
Hi, everyone. We are so happy you are here with us today. We're here to help you learn English with real conversations.
If you're enjoying our episodes, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps us out.
Absolutely. And today we've got something really practical for you.
Picture this. You're sitting in a cozy restaurant. The menu is in front of you, and the waiter approaches your table. Your stomach is rumbling. You know exactly what you want to eat. But do you know how to actually order it?
That's what we're diving into today. We'll walk you through everything, from getting the waiter's attention to handling those tricky special requests.
So grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's get started.
So let's set the scene. You walk into a restaurant, you're seated at your table, and then what happens?
Well, usually the first thing is that the waiter comes over very quickly. They might say something like, "Good evening, welcome to our restaurant," or just a simple, "Hi, how are you folks doing tonight?"
Right. And that's when you can just respond with a friendly, "Good thanks," or "Great thank you." Nothing too complicated there. But here's the thing. Sometimes they ask if it's your first time at the restaurant.
Oh yeah. They'll say, "Have you dined with us before?" Or, "Is this your first visit?" And honestly, it doesn't really matter what you answer. But it's good to recognize the question. You can just say, "Yes, it's our first time," or, "Actually, we've been here before."
Exactly. Now, after that initial greeting, the waiter will usually offer you something to drink. They might say, "Can I get you started with something to drink?" Or, "Would you like anything to drink while you look at the menu?"
And this is important because in many English-speaking countries, especially in the US, they bring your drinks first while you're deciding on your food. So you might order water, a soda, or maybe a glass of wine.
Good point. You could say, "I'll have a glass of water, please," or "Could I get a Coke?" Notice how we use "I'll have" or "Could I get" rather than just saying "I want." It sounds more polite.
Definitely more natural too. And if you need more time to decide, you can say, "Could we have a few more minutes?" Or, "We're still looking at the menu, but I'll take some water for now."
Perfect. So you've got your drinks, you've looked at the menu, and now the waiter comes back. What did they usually say?
They'll probably ask, "Are you ready to order?" Or sometimes, "What can I get for you today?" That's your cue to tell them what you want.
And here's where it gets interesting because there's a bit of a pattern to how you order. You typically start with "I'll have" or "Can I get," followed by the dish. For example, "I'll have the grilled salmon," or "Can I get the cheeseburger?"
Right. And then the waiter might ask you some follow-up questions depending on what you ordered. Like, if you order a burger, they'll ask, "How would you like that cooked?" Meaning rare, medium, or well done.
Or if you order a salad, they might ask, "What dressing would you like?" And then list the options. Ranch, Italian, vinaigrette, things like that.
Exactly. And for sides, this is super common in American restaurants especially. They'll say, "That comes with 2 sides. What would you like?" Or, "Would you prefer fries or a salad with that?"
Oh, and here's something that catches people off guard. When you order a steak or something similar, they might ask, "Would you like anything else with that?" They're basically checking if you want to add extra items.
True. You can say, "No, that's all for me, thanks." Or if you want something extra, you could say, "Yes, could I also get a side of mashed potatoes?"
Now, let's talk about the phrases waiters use throughout the meal, because there are some really common ones. They might say, I'll put that in for you, which means they're going to submit your order to the kitchen.
Or, your food will be right out. That means it's coming soon. And when they bring your food, they'll often say, "Be careful, the plate is hot," or, "Here you go, enjoy your meal."
And of course, the classic check-in, "How is everything?" or "How's your meal?" You can simply respond with, "Everything's great, thanks," or "Delicious, thank you."
What I love about this whole process is that once you know these phrases, it becomes so much easier. You're not trying to translate in your head, you just know what's coming next.
Absolutely. It's like a script that repeats itself every time you go out to eat. And the more you practice it, the more confident you'll feel.
Now, before we listen to a real conversation example, let's go over some key vocabulary you'll definitely hear when ordering food.
Great idea! Let's start with the first one, appetizer. This is a small dish you eat before the main meal. Think of it as a starter to wake up your appetite.
For example, you might hear the waiter say, "Would you like to order an appetizer?" Or you could say, "We'll share the nachos as an appetizer."
Perfect. Next up, eat in or take out. This is a question you'll hear, especially at casual restaurants or fast food places. They're asking if you want to eat your food there at the restaurant, or if you want to take it with you to go.
So you might answer, "We'll eat in please if you're staying," or "Take out please if you're leaving." Some places also say "for here" or "to go," which means the same thing.
All right, third word, napkin. This is the paper or cloth you use to clean your hands or mouth while eating. Pretty straightforward, right?
Yep. You might need to ask, "Could I get some extra napkins?" Or the waiter might say, "Let me grab you some napkins."
And finally, straw. This is the thin tube you use to drink beverages, especially cold drinks like soda or iced tea.
You could ask, "Can I have a straw, please?" Or sometimes the waiter will just bring one with your drink automatically.
Awesome. So, now that we've covered those key terms, let's listen to how all of this sounds in a real conversation.
Good evening. Welcome to Giuseppe's. How are you doing tonight?
Hi, I'm doing well, thanks. How about you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. Is this your first time dining with us?
Actually, yes, it is. I've heard really good things about this place.
Oh, wonderful. We're happy to have you here. So, can I get you started with something to drink while you look over the menu?
Sure, I'll have a glass of water, please. And could I also get an iced tea?
Of course. Would you like lemon with that iced tea?
Yes, please. That would be great.
Perfect. I'll be right back with those drinks, and I'll give you a few minutes to decide on your meal.
Thank you.
Here you go. 1 water and 1 iced tea with lemon. Do you need a straw for your tea?
Oh, yes, that would be helpful. Thanks.
No problem. So, have you had a chance to look at the menu? Are you ready to order, or would you like a few more minutes?
I think I'm ready. But first, could you tell me what the soup of the day is?
Absolutely. Today we have a homemade tomato basil soup. It's really popular and comes with fresh bread on the side.
That sounds delicious. I'll have that as an appetizer.
Excellent choice. And for your main course?
I'm thinking about the grilled chicken pasta. What comes with that?
Good question. The grilled chicken pasta comes with your choice of a side salad or garlic bread. The pasta itself has a creamy Alfredo sauce, grilled chicken, and mixed vegetables.
Oh, that sounds perfect. I'll take the side salad with that.
Great. And what dressing would you like on your salad? We have ranch, Italian, balsamic vinaigrette, or Caesar.
I'll go with the balsamic vinaigrette, please.
You got it. Now, just to confirm, you want the tomato basil soup as an appetizer, followed by the grilled chicken pasta with a side salad and balsamic vinaigrette dressing. Is that correct?
Yes, that's perfect.
Wonderful. I'll put that in for you right away. Your soup should be out in just a few minutes. Is there anything else I can get you right now?
Actually, yes. Could I get some extra napkins? I tend to make a bit of a mess when I eat pasta.
Of course. I'll bring those right out with your soup. No problem at all.
Thank you so much.
All right, here's your tomato basil soup with fresh bread. And here are those extra napkins you asked for. Be careful, the bowl is quite hot.
Perfect. Thank you. This smells amazing.
I'm glad you think so. Your pasta will be ready in about 10 minutes. Enjoy your soup and let me know if you need anything.
Will do. Thanks.
How was the soup?
It was fantastic. Really flavorful.
I'm so pleased to hear that. And here's your grilled chicken pasta with the side salad. Can I get you anything else? Maybe some fresh pepper or Parmesan cheese for your pasta?
Oh, yes. Some Parmesan would be great. Thank you.
Coming right up. Here's your Parmesan cheese. How is everything tasting so far?
Everything is delicious. The pasta is cooked perfectly.
That's wonderful to hear. I'll check back with you in a bit. Enjoy your meal. So, how was everything? Did you enjoy your dinner?
It was all excellent. I'm completely satisfied.
I'm thrilled to hear that. Can I interest you in any dessert tonight? We have tiramisu, chocolate lava cake, and cheesecake.
Oh, that sounds tempting, but I'm pretty full. I think I'll just take the check, please.
Absolutely. I'll bring that right out for you. And just so you know, would this be eat-in or take-out? I'm asking because we have a small slice of complimentary cake we'd like to offer you since it's your first visit. You could eat it here or take it home with you.
Oh, wow. That's so nice. I'll take it to go, please. I'm too full right now, but I'd love to have it later.
Perfect. I'll box that up for you along with your check. I'll be right back.
Thank you so much. The service has been great.
It's been my pleasure. Here's your check and your complimentary dessert to take home. There's no rush whenever you're ready. And thank you so much for dining with us tonight.
Thank you. I'll definitely be coming back.
We'd love to see you again. Have a wonderful evening.
You too.
Okay, so that was a pretty typical restaurant experience. Did you notice how natural the flow was?
Absolutely. And I love how it covered so many different situations. Let's break down some key moments. First, the waiter started with that friendly greeting. How are you doing tonight? It's such a common way to begin the interaction.
Right, and the customer responded politely and even asked back, "How about you?" That small detail makes a big difference. It shows you're engaged in the conversation, not just ordering food like a robot.
Exactly. Then we heard the waiter ask, "Is this your first time dining with us?" Remember we talked about that earlier? It's a standard question, and the customer handled it perfectly with a simple, friendly answer.
What I really want to highlight is how the customer asked questions. Notice how they said, "Could you tell me what the soup of the day is?" And what comes with that? These are super useful phrases because menus don't always have all the details.
Great point. And when the waiter explained the dish, they were very specific. They mentioned the Alfredo sauce, the grilled chicken, the vegetables. That's typical. Waiters often describe dishes in detail, especially if you ask.
And then came the choices. The salad dressing options, remember? The customer had to pick from ranch, Italian, balsamic vinaigrette, and Caesar. This happens all the time, so it's good to be prepared for these quick decisions.
Yeah, and did you catch how the waiter confirmed the order at the end? Just to confirm, you want the tomato basil soup as an appetizer, followed by the grilled chicken pasta. This is really common in restaurants because they want to make sure they got everything right.
I also loved that the customer wasn't shy about asking for what they needed. They asked for extra napkins. They asked for Parmesan cheese later. don't be afraid to make these requests. Waiters expect it.
Absolutely. And notice the timing of when the waiter checked in. How is everything? How is the soup? These check-ins happen throughout the meal. You don't need to give a long answer, just a quick, "Everything's great," or "It was delicious." Works perfectly.
Oh, and at the end, that eat in or take out question came up when they offered the complimentary dessert. The customer was full, so they chose to take it home. That's a really practical use of that phrase.
And finally, notice how polite everyone was throughout. Lots of please and thank you. It's not just about being polite. It's also part of the natural rhythm of these conversations in English.
Exactly. The whole interaction felt smooth because both people knew the pattern. Once you practice this a few times, you'll feel that same confidence.
Now, before we wrap up, there are a couple of important things we should mention about the end of the meal. Specifically, paying the bill and tipping.
Oh yes, great idea. So let's talk about paying first. When you're ready to leave, you can simply say, "Can I get the check, please?" Or in British English, they say, "Can I get the bill, please?" Both mean the same thing.
Right. And here's something that comes up a lot when you're dining with friends: splitting the bill. If everyone wants to pay for their own meal, you can ask the waiter, "Can we split the bill?" Or "Can we get separate checks?"
Exactly. Or if you're all paying together, you might say, "We'll pay together," or "We'll just do one check." The waiter will usually ask you this anyway if they see you're in a group.
And don't forget to check what payment methods they accept. You can ask, "Do you take cards?" Or "Do you accept credit cards?" Some smaller places might be cash only, so it's good to know beforehand.
Is it cash only? Is another way to ask that. Super useful phrase.
Now, let's talk about tipping culture because this is really important, especially if you're traveling to English-speaking countries.
Yes. In many places, particularly in the United States and Canada, it's customary to leave a tip, usually around 15 to 20% of the total bill before tax.
And the reason for this is that in those countries, servers often earn a lower base wage because tips are expected to make up a significant part of their income. So tipping isn't just nice, it's actually part of how they earn their living.
Right. If the service was really excellent, you might leave 20% or even a bit more. If it was just okay, 15% is standard. But basically, you always leave something unless the service was truly terrible.
You might see the word gratuity on your bill sometimes. That's just another word for tip. And some restaurants automatically add a service charge for larger groups. So check your bill to see if that's already included.
Good catch. If you see service charge included or gratuity included, then you don't need to add another tip on top of that. But you can always ask, "Is the tip included?" if you're not sure.
And when you leave a tip, you can either leave cash on the table or add it when you pay with a card. If you're paying by card, there's usually a line on the receipt where you can write in the tip amount.
Exactly. So the phrases you need are leave a tip, service charge, and gratuity. Those will help you navigate this whole process.
One more thing. In some countries like the UK or Australia, tipping culture is different. It's appreciated but not always expected. So it really depends on where you are.
That's true. But knowing these phrases and understanding the culture will definitely help you feel more comfortable wherever you go.
All right, so we've covered ordering drinks, asking about the menu, making special requests, dealing with the check, splitting the bill, and tipping. That's pretty much everything you need.
And remember, the more you practice these phrases, the more natural they'll become. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how you learn.
Absolutely. So next time you're at a restaurant, try using some of these expressions. You'll be surprised at how much more confident you feel.
Well, that's all for today's episode. We hope this helps you the next time you're ordering food in English.